Okay, here is one of the halves of the pig that we've got, and just going to work out what we're going to cut this into. So we're going to have the whole ham at this end, which we'll just probably freeze and use for hams. We could do chops across here, but we won't. I think we'll have maybe 2 or 3 back joints. Yeah, three on the back, 2 at the belly, and then the shoulder and the hand here, which would usually be boned out and diced or minced. We're sending them off in this bag here to the butcher to be turned into sausages and mince. So we start just by cleaning the area, and tool-wise, we have a little knife, we're doing little things. A big knife, we're doing big things. The chop, guess what that's for, and the bone saw, about which a book should have written. So just going around tidying it up, little bits are going to hang off that we don't like, they're unsightly really. Chuck them into the tail, unless some people like to eat the tail. Usually generally pretty grim up this end. It's obviously where it gets killed with a knife into the heart, goes up there, and the heart's about here. Put it in my 50 bag. And if it's offal, just get it into the fridge as quickly as possible. There with the lungs and the heart and other grossness. This cross here is the flare fat, and I will be removing that at some point, but first I'm going to take off the leg, which is this bit here. Now hopefully you can see this. I'm just going to measure it with 2 fingers about here. Now this bone comes across to about here, so that's why we're putting 2 fingers. That's a general sort of measure, and then we'll push the knife through that point there and come out the other side. That means that when we turn it over, we have a nice mark. I'll just show you that mark a sec. The mark is just there. We're going to cut straight through that point. There will be a bit of sawing required, but hopefully we haven't got too much of that bone that's in there. So, big job, big knife. It's important to keep your knife sharp, and remember that if it's completely blunt, steel won't do it. You need to sharpen it properly, and then use a steel just to keep the edge. So once I'd hit that bone there, it's time to get the bone saw, cut that last bit, and there is a leg with a. And what I'll probably do, just cut it through here, and someone might eat that trotter, not me. But for now I'm just going to hang it up. That's that dealt with. Turn it back over. And this time we're going to first cut out the tenderloin, which is in here. It's basically, you can see the end of it here. This is the tenderloin. And getting at it by putting your knife along the bone on the inside there. There it is. It'll need cleaning up. Some of this flare fat will come off. That's the tenderloin. I'll put that in the bag marked tenderloins. I used to not bother looking bags, but it just became a nightmare after a while. I never knew what was what in there, and we used to end up having lots of goat when we thought it was pork or bacon. Right, so I've done that. There's a bit of meat here. You see the difference in these two bits of meat? So we're going to cut in between those. I want to aim for just here, so just in between these two basically. So we just run a line straight through first, lastly, marking all those ribs as we do so. Shifting to our big knife, the big job. Just cutting through. When we hit that rib, that's the time to switch to our bone saw. And weight-wise, these pigs worked out each at 55 kilos dead weight, and I was aiming for 60, but because it's winter, they have to obviously use up a lot more energy to keep themselves warm. It's a decent size. Again, when we hit the bone, switch across. Through, you switch back to this. Otherwise the bones will just tears at the meat and looks all torn bit there. Just looks rubbish. So as I said, the shoulder and the hand and whatever that bit's called is the bit that's going to the butcher. So I'm going to cut those bits off first. Now this here has a bone that comes out to about this third bit here, so I'll just kind of cut in between here, hopefully. You can usually just cut straight through. So over to this chap. Just a bit of bone now. I'm just going to chop that. Not worth bones on it. Up there. So as I say, usually you can take out this bone and this bone here and cut off all the skin, and then you've got lots of good meat there for doing whatever you want with, dicing or mincing. But for now, it goes in here, goes to the butcher's. Probably about 10 times as much meat as you were expecting. About that. And cooking to the shoulder as well. And you see on the shoulder we've got a bone here, and that comes out to about here, so we're counting to this rib here. So there's a tiny little one there. Proper size rib is 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to cut through there, get through that, and all of that, which would otherwise best for sausages. It's going to the butcher to be made into sausages. Just going in between the two ribs, straight the way through, just whack. And that's done. It's a lovely bit of meat there, look at that. That is making me hungry. But not so much. Right. Now, as you'll see by this bit here, you'll recognise this is starting to look like chops. And so this is where you can cut through here and chop, just like we did there, going in between each rib and chopping all the way through to the last, which is here, all the way through there. I'm just going to cut those out and use them for ribs, or Chinese ribs, that sort of stuff. Start by just tidying up some of this, give this a bit of flair, fat. So these ribs here also, these are the spare ribs, and firstly we cut up, you see this sort of flap here, cut up underneath that, making sure it's brushed against the bone as we do so we get the shape of the bone. And you should see in there, that's where the line of the ribs is, this bit of white across here, that's the line of the spare ribs. And we simply do just the same thing, come up underneath the ribs, keep it right close in, so see how I push up under there, that there then is your ribs. All we do with that, cut them up into portions. Still got another bit of boning to do on that top part, but first let's just get this one finished off as well. Now what I think I'm going to do with this is just try and get that flare fat off here as much as I can. So as I said at the start, I was thinking of just 2 roasting joints from this, and that's because I have a family of 7 to feed, but I mean you cut it up whatever you want. So slightly more meat on that end, so I'm going to cut it slightly in that direction, and then these will fold up belly roasting joints. And if you're going to tie them in a bit of string, and you do a butcher's knot with this, I'll show you how it's done. There you go, underneath wherever you want to tie it. Underneath there. And you put a finger behind the bottom, over the top. Do it like that. Twist, thread the top one back through, so that it's kind of acts as a slide, and then put it good and tight, and you tie the one that you've been pulling onto that one, leave a little bow on there, and then pop that back through. So easy, isn't it? And all we've got left is the back. And as I say, you can do chops. There's a backbone that goes obviously all the way down the back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bone this and then turn it into 3 roasting joints. I'm doing 3 because see, there's quite a bit more meat. There was another thing. We've got the the end of the blade bone there. I might just cut it out. I've got one of my kid breeds teeth on it. Her teeth. His teeth. Her teeth. It's actually just cartilage. Teeth on it. Just to be on the safe side. Right. So again, just like before, keeping it nice and tight up behind the bones. And as before, you'll see, you've just kind of tried to run along. I've got quite a bit of meat on there, which I'm going to sneak off and eat. A real butcher would obviously do that much cleaner in a fifth of the time. But no matter. Right. So this, as I say, I want three here. So we've got a decent bit of meat at each end. So Probably one there and one here. And these are much harder to tie up because you've got such a lot of fat along the back. I'm going to put one knot around each one though. Description there. So I'm going to cut this up, just a couple of bits, put it into my bag marked spine, and meat on that, even though it sounds disgusting. And then this, similar to with chops, so what I'm going to do is just cut them into twos. Chop. Nerve thingy. Best to get rid of them just because they don't. A bit bitter. Right. And then they go into this bag marked ribs. And that, apart from what the butcher's yet to do, is that one pig, well, one half a pig,